Number 10. Pointer Lux OU. Over the years, Pointer has kicked a firm toehold in the affordable shotgun market. There's a simple reason for this. The Turkish import, sold through Legacy Sports International, over-delivers in about every way. Its field over/under is a testament to this. Long on ornamentation, walnut and performance, the double-barrel shotgun punches well above its entry-level price. It's very much an all-around gun, despite its name and gold finish mallard seen on the receiver. At 7.5 pounds, it's suited for long upland hunts where excessive weight is noticeable but proves hefty enough to manage a well-timed double at the range. Sticked in walnut, the oil finish is on target as is the laser checkering on the fore and pistol grip, giving the gun excellent handling. And the 26-inch chrome-lined barrels are there for the long haul and capable of devouring anything you feed them, a 3-inch chamber. The belle of the ball, however, is the trigger. By no means is it akin to something you'd find on a $6,000 legacy gun, but for its price range, few compare to its responsiveness. Other notables include vented rib, fiber optic front sight, extractors and single select trigger. It's also available in 3 gauges, 12, 20 and .410, and ships with 5 chokes. The one bone of contention, the factory installed recoil pad is a bit thin, but that's a minor complaint. Number 9. Mossberg International Silver Reserve. The sun does not rise or fall exclusively on the Model 500 at Mossberg. Quite right, the company is known for its wrought iron tough pump action, but its double-barrel shotgun more than holds its own. Now if the Silver Reserve seems familiar it should. Released in 2021, the shotgun is new, but in essence, a revamp of another Mossberg model we loved and will miss, the International Silver Reserve 2. So, what's changed? Namely aesthetics. The gunmaker has opted for a plain slate matte silver receiver, giving the over/under a more working-class look, no big shakes in a field gun. Also gone, the ported barrel's trap modes. However, Mossberg has retained many of the favorite features of the original double-barrel shotgun and added 2 new gauges to the mix. To the latter point, the Turkish-made gun is now available in 28 gauge and .410 bore, in addition to 12 and 20. As to familiar features, 28 and 26-inch barrel lengths, depending on the gauge, a slim and highly manageable box lock and extractors. The trigger tends heavy, and some of the frills are gone, but the International Silver Reserve is still among the best values out there. Number 8. ATI Crusader. Certainly, this couldn't be from American Tactical Incorporated, ATI. There's no detachable box magazine or telescoping buttstock. Contrary to belief, the gun importer does bring in tamer and more traditional stock with the Crusader the latest example. And for the money, a whopping $550, the double-barrel shotgun a tough deal to beat. Few arguments it'd make a nice backup for skeet or your next upland hunt. Turkish-made, the over/under has admirable aesthetics for its price point. Richly blued barrels, polished silver receiver with laser-engraved pheasant scene and oil-finished Turkish walnut endow the budget option a bit of class. So does its schnabel forearm, muted as it might be. Ample checkering on the fore end and full pistol grip adds some depth to the stock, as well as gives the shooter plenty of control. ATI gives you a plethora of bore options to match nearly any smoothbore task, 12, 20 and 28 gauge, as well as .410. All that's missing is 16 gauge. An aluminum receiver Crusader is fairly light, tipping the scales at 6 pounds, so it could prove a bit of a thumper if you take full advantage of its 3-inch magnum chamber, 2 3/4 on the 28 gauge. But boasting extractors, chrome-lined barrels, 5 chokes and a single select trigger, it's a great entry point to doubles. Number 7. TriStar Trinity. As seen again, TriStar has a knack for marrying affordability, function and style. Nowhere is this more apparent than in its Trinity line. Where else in the world of double-barrel shotguns can you find a 24-karat gold inlay standard in a $745 gun? Starting there, the Trinity is an exceptionally good-looking over/under. In addition to the inlay, the gun pops thanks to heavily engraved motifs on the polished steel receiver giving it a timeless look. Sure, it's production acid engraving, but it doesn't take away from its beauty. particularly with the Turkish gun wearing a fine stick of oil-finished Turkish walnut, with plenty of checking on the grip and forearm. Well made and kept to tight tolerances, thanks to CNC manufacturing, the Trinity locks up well and has a quality fit. And it has some likable extras. Vented top and middle rib, tang safety and chrome-lined barrels are all standard, as is a select single trigger and bright fiber optic bead. Furthermore, it's available in the resurgent 16 gauge, as well as the more common 12 and 20 gauges 3-inch chambers across the board. Beretta choke compatibility as well. If a lighter piece is more your speed, TriStar also offers the Trinity LT. No gold inlay on the aluminum alloy receiver, but the gun trims right around a pound off the Trinity proper. Number 6. Weatherby Orion Is. The original Orion was a Japanese slogger, a real smooth bore. The reboot of the over/under is Turkish, but from all accounts keeps the Orion's reputation intact. First off, the double-barrel shotgun cuts a sharp profile, with an A-grade walnut stock, Prince of Wales grip and deeply blued metal. Its vented rib, matte on top to cut glare, is a nice touch, too. But more importantly, the Orion Is is well made, most certainly up to Weatherby standards, with a tight fit and excellent machining. The all-steel receiver gives the gun a bit of heft, the 7-pound neighborhood, yet it's not enough to make it unpleasant on long hunts. And it's responsive, quick to the shoulder, in part thanks to its Pachmayr decelerator recoil pad speed mount heel, which reduces snags. Weatherby moved the barrel selector to the tang safety. It used to be on the trigger, but has retained the ejectors. It's available in 12 gauge only, however, you do have the choice between 26 and 28-inch barrels. Inflation has kicked the gun over our ceiling, but not enough for us to take it off this list. It still has plenty to offer at this price point.